What's up, soul family and my baddies? I'm coming to you with a message today. This message I want to talk about is dealing with abandonment. Okay, so this message is for anybody that it can possibly resonate with. I know a lot of mothers go through this, and so I'm here to give you the real, not from just a mother perspective, a homegirl perspective, but I'm coming from a daughter perspective as well. So I know a lot of single mothers or mothers who have dealt with abandonment issues, whether it's something that their father did, whether they're in the home or left the home, or they just dismissed themselves, or they had a situation where they had a child by somebody and that person just say, fuck that shit, and they left. You know what I'm saying? Let me give you the real on that shit. Now, I know women aren't the only people that went through that type of stuff. There's guys that went through that same thing where their father wasn't present and it affected their life in a major way. Or if you went through like adoption agencies and your parents never really cared about coming back to see you. I had a lot of friends and I have encountered people who experienced that in their adult life and they haven't really healed from that type of thing. So me, I'm a type of person, I like to give you the real. And I know sometimes it's easy to be like, oh, I'm sorry, but being that I'm a seed of someone who felt like it was okay to abandon and never turn back, I had to come to the realization about it. And not just from how I grew up, but also the way my son now has to grow up as well. It's all about acceptance. It's all about accepting the reality and the truth about it. So let's get it. We're gonna go ahead and get started. So I know that this is going to be kind of harsh for some people, but this is the truth, okay? When you go, especially if you're a parent and you got a child who have those same questions that go on in their head, and you went through kind of like the same thing with an absent parent, whether that parent wasn't present, while they were living with you, or they decided to leave and never come back. You just had to understand that these people did that on purpose. They knew what the fuck they were doing. And I'm just going to be real. They knew exactly what they were doing. When they did it with the intention of you as the child being upset with the mother, even though the mother was present, even though you witnessed your mother struggling, even though you witnessed your mother crying, even though you witnessed your mother going through her own depression, even though you witnessed your mother went through all this stuff. This selfish parent that decided did not want to be present, or it could be parent or parents, man or woman or both. These people decide that it was okay to put your mother or the person who was present in your life through so much shit on purpose. They did it so they can look like the hero in the situation. That's narcissism at its best. You don't want to help, you don't want to put in, but you want to be the hero. So this is a time where you got to ask yourself, and this is just some real shit that I'm just going to have to bring to you. This is just one of them questions that you have to ask yourself. Was you there before or after the nut? That's one of the things I'm going to ask my son. Don't beat yourself up about that type of stuff. Was you there before or after the nut? Which means you didn't put a gun to that person's head and say, hey, do it. I want you to go ahead and make me right now. No, you didn't. That was the decision that they made. Don't whoop your own ass based off what another person decided to do. Then they knew they was out there living their life. They knew they had... Because let me tell you something. You cannot hold yourself accountable for somebody else's actions. That is never going to work. You will never heal like that. Okay? Now, DMX said it best. You give a dog a bone, you leave that dog alone. You let a dog roam, he'll find his way home. He said that best. And if it so happened that that dog never came back, that nigga never came back, that woman never came back, she never came back, guess what? She at home. Just because it wasn't yours, that don't mean they ain't at home. They at home. They are content where they at. If they in a situation where they with a chick, they on some, well, A, B, C, and D. So that's the reason why I don't want you in that child life. This one you got to be like this. Fuck both of y'all. Y'all ain't got to be there. And that's how you got to be with that absent parent. As a parent, you don't want to just drop that on your child like that. But I mean, like, you don't want to get the impression like the person that you slept with was a bad person. Because if they was a bad person, if they was as bad as you want to portray them to be to that child, you wouldn't have never slept with them. Let's just be real. Okay? They ain't that damn bad. That's the same thing. That's the same way you got to look at it when it comes down to your parents. Okay? Even as adults. Because we'll be adult children. We'll sit there and hold a grudge against our parents. And these folks, damn, they knocking on their casket box. And then you want to sit there and hold that type of stuff against them. Man, them folks ain't mad at you. They mad at each other. You just in the middle of that shit. And you just got to let them folks be who they are. They bitter. And it don't always be the woman. Sometimes it be the man. A lot of times it be the man. We call them misogynists. They can't stand a woman to be independent or in power. Now, don't get me wrong. It was a day and time where, you know, the black man or the man was pulled away from his home for the mother. But, man, we passed them times. I'm just going to be real with you. We passed those days. Now we just got selfish people. We do. Because what I've noticed, and I've seen it so many times, people wait till you get to a certain level in your life. These same absent parents wait till you get, I don't know, a millionaire or become wealthy or you had something going in your life. Then they want to pop their ass up. But the whole time they want to make it seem like you were crazy or you just like your mama or you just like the parent that was present. Okay? Keep in mind, of course I wouldn't be nothing like you. You weren't there. So why the hell would I even... I'm just trying to figure out. It don't make sense to me. So when y'all get these thoughts in y'all head, y'all got to think about that type of stuff. These people are selfish. And you don't owe them shit. You don't owe them nothing. You don't owe them no apology. You don't owe them a tear. You don't owe them a thank you. You don't owe them nothing. They don't owe nothing. If anything, they owe you an apology. Because you was an innocent soul. You didn't have nothing to do with the fact that they was angry with themselves or angry at the other parent. And you was just in the middle of it. Like I said, ask yourself this question. Was you there before or after the nut? And that's exactly what I'm going to tell my son. Son, what you upset for? Okay, that ain't... Okay. You want to know who your real father is? He living his life. I don't want you to hate him, but you got to understand, don't whoop your own ass behind that type of stuff. You still be the best you could be. That's how I want it to be. That's why I want everybody to be. Truth be told, was you there before or after the nut? But that's all I gonna wrap this message up to be for today. We're gonna talk some more tomorrow about some more different things, but I don't want nobody to beat themselves up about that type of stuff because let me tell you something. Like I said, that's a ripple effect. And you don't want that type of stuff going on with you and your kids because that's what they be wanting now. That to me, that's childish. I don't give a damn how old you are. That is childish. You go all these years, you wait till a person come up and then you gonna pop your ass up. No, you wasn't in there when I was shooting in the gym. You wasn't there. So don't pop your ass up now. I'm just telling you. Just telling you. We just gonna argue again. That's how that shit gonna go. Cause think about it. They pop up. Now they wanna be this full-fledged parent in your life. You understand what I'm saying? Instead of just being a regular, normal person and look at the age difference and understand we live two different lives and accepting it. You got time for somebody to sit up and judge you, talk about what they don't like about you. Oh, I don't like that hair. I don't like your locks. I don't like this. Well, I don't like your big ass lips. And sometimes you just have to be honest. Be honest with them, just as honest that they are with you. You be honest with them once you get grown. Once you get grown now. Don't do it as when you're a child. You wait. Because their time coming. Okay? If that time come, where it come too early, what I mean, like, something happened between that time and before you get grown, you got time to tell it right before you get under the ground. But I'm just telling you, not just to be emotionless, but I'm just saying you got time to tell a person how you feel. Okay? Just remember, you don't owe them shit. Live your life, baby. Live your life, my guy. Live your life. Do what the fuck you got to do. You don't owe them nothing. All right, guys, that is it. That is all. I want y'all to stay blessed, stay healthy, stay humble, but most of all, peace.